Jace answers.
Oh,
insta! We see a lot of, but this time there is going to be one.
And it's such a good, such a good matchup for the York because the cage
is the rest of Dignitas, and Exu's in a lot of trouble here. The hook comes through from Hui, but it might just be another kill that's going to be given over as the reinforcements have arrived. Kaney is here. Hui's got nowhere to go, and they're likely to even be able to give this over to Kaney. Instead, the double kill taken by Shade and Dignitas get first and second blood.
30 damage, but the vision behind them.
Flash, Scary Jerry. This could be trouble. They're going to be able to flash in. Great engage there from Miles, and the Q flash catches him from Shaden. The ulti came out from Scary Jerry. Definitely in a strong spot now to try to grab these ones. We'll see. There's a scrap down in bot lane. It's going to be the charm landing on a Huhi, and he is gone already. Abadaga does arrive. Can they find the damage to take down Shaden? Exu trying to do it, but on the side, it's going to be Tomo pushing back Scary Jerry. Tomo's back with the rest of the team, and it's back to DSG getting wiped. Kaney still 2 charges on the ulti. The True Shot Barrage connects. Scary Jerry flashes over the wall. Tries to flash follow, but it's a face plant into the wall there. Tomo looking like he's going to be able to take it in range to actually cage him in. I think he actually didn't even have the mana because the cage is actually fairly expensive, but does delay the base. And now Hui is down here. Hui going to be able to nail the hook. Can they actually give the kill to Castle? They can. As he goops him.
The ghost left.
The ghost just flew right away. And they're up towards the top side, and it's going to be a race for the tower. And it looks like DSG is winning this. Castle has a lot of damage here with that Sheen and did have a Demolish proc ready. It looks like they are going to be able to claim the first tower for themselves. So that is pretty nice. A good job there by Castle being able to survive. I do think it's so important that Castle stays strong in this game because if you do have a side lane threat, it can make things a little bit more difficult for Dignitas, draw pressure down there, buy some time for the rest of the team to maybe scale up and find some angles. Because as things are going, it is looking tough for the rest of DSG.
Yeah. Nice little move. Castle gets out of there. Castle gets his Trinity. Shifty Ghost. Gets his Trinity Force completed as well. So maybe they can find something. I just think Dignitas with the start that they have had.
As he's going to have to flash the wall. Will they follow? Not going to elect to do so. So it is the ultimate use there by Isles. Already out for the flash.
Flank.
Scary Jerry going to be in some trouble. Will he flash? He will, but he still has the charm, and he's going to be able to connect. And in comes Isles, and in comes the rest of the team. The Avengers arrive in the mid lane, and Scary Jerry's got nowhere to go.
Yep. Meanwhile, bot side.
Surdy could be in some trouble here. Can he hit the seismic shove? Surdy does still have his flash. He is going to be able to use it to flash. Nicely done. The tower is heated up, and they are tanking shot after shot after shot. The shock blast gets one. Surdy with the... Against 100 Thieves. And it is really kind of Castle is that lone hope, it feels like, right now for the team. He's got that 800 gold lead, but everyone else is way behind.
It's the other side of the top lane experience, you know, where you're like, I finally, you know, I learned from the last time I got this pick, you know, this exact matchup. I took my notes, you know. I'm doing
that is joining down towards Surdy. It is going to be really difficult for Castle to play. And because his team is this far behind, they have no vision, but Isles there had no vision either, and Scary Jerry going to be able to get a kill, so that's a little bit something working there. Yeah, and in York, honestly, even though they've made some changes, kind of like make them a little bit better, you know, when you group, you still generally want to just be in the side lane, to be honest. It's pretty tough to actually find a lot of value in team fights, especially against teams like this where the carries are very shifty. It's like Ezreal and Ahri are just going to get kited out and CC'd up and rooted, and it's very tough to actually close the gap and find a lot there. So he is going to be pushing up towards that top. Will force the response of Kaney to move up here towards this top side, but they already lost their tier 1 mid. They do lose the dragon. It is only the second. Castle does get the Demolish proc down, but something you actually have to be really careful about is they changed the way that the Ghoul AI works since they did this mini rework. And one of the problems with this is it actually makes it very hard to hit the tower in your opponent's face, as he's going to get charmed under the tower. And now Castle misses the E, does get a nice heal off of his Q, but in comes Isles, and it's going to be a shutdown. Went too far there.
The Bastion.
Yeah, and sometimes these things happen when, like, we've all been in that spot. We're going to see a potential engage here. Nice disengage, though, from Abadaga, but it's not even going to matter. He's going to get charmed, and in comes Surdy now. Castle arrives on the teleport, but he doesn't even have an ulti, so York is useless in this situation. Abadaga tried his best to disengage Shaden, but he was able to buffer the ulti on the seismic shove. The CC landed. Kaney followed up. They got the kill. And things looking good now. Is going to be able to force a flash there out on that hook. Katie, though, in the back line. Scary Jerry does avoid the charm. XU on the other side trying to fight, but XU's going to get charmed up, and XU's going to get knocked down. In comes Surdy. Katie cleans up another. Scary Jerry is gone. It's Castle versus the world. He is on the run. Flash forced by the jump in from Isles, and they can just go right down to Otacon if they want to, but they want the tier 2 as well. Tomo is there. Q flash from Shaden. They get the kill. They'll get the tower. They'll get the ace, and they will take everything.
All right, Dignitas, this is the one to end their loss streak. Just destroy.
And they're just going to decide, you know what? They saw us. Who cares? Let's just try it anyway. As Abadaga does spot Isles there, is getting some chip damage down on him, but it just doesn't die that fast. Yorick does crush objectives, and they're kind of just depending on that Yorick damage from the Maiden here. It is getting quite low now, and the teleport's going to be forced here from Kaney. They're looking for the turn. Can they actually find it here onto Tomo? Tomo flashes out as in comes Isles. Kaney's now arriving. Flashes in, lands the charm. Scary Jerry is gone already. Hui on the side, though, fighting strong. Castle and XU are still alive. It's a pretty even fight thus far. Can they actually make something happen? No, they cannot. XU down incredibly low. The charm's going to land on Castle. Castle blast cones out, but not the safety. As on the other side, it's XU dead, and again it is
Tomo. They full send on the top side. Meanwhile, Abadaga and Scary Jerry, your two carries there, got pushed up against Otacon and destroyed.
For Dig, of course, you're not going to fight into those Otacon G8s at this point, but really, DSG, only chance now is just fully overload one side, try to find 3v1s, 4v1s, try to get quick kills, hope Dignitas starts to pile.
They're very comfortable, you know, large gold lead and everything.
Yep, they are very far ahead. And are going to find a hook here on Isles. They're trying to turn around. The Chains of Corruption there to follow, but there's the flash in, and oh my god, now you see him, now you don't, and that is scary for Jerry. He is down, and Dignitas piling in, looking to put the finishing touches onto this one. In goes Kaney, trying to finish off Abadaga, and he's going to do it. Nails the charm and takes him down. XU will fall as well. Again, it is Castle
on the wave. Like you said earlier, Zale, focus on what you can control.
He's in his lane, he's relaxed, he's driving.
Try and kill those minions off.
Got the wave.
Because Dignitas, they're going to collect everything else. They put the pressure on top side, they get the Baron for themselves, and that should be...
Not a lot of safety there for Scary Jerry. But DSG going to keep on fighting, now down nearly 13,000 gold, plus the Baron buff is there.
All right, Tomo on the tower.
Round 2 will
He's got it this one this time?
He brought back up.
Okay.
It's like got beat up at school, but this time you bring back your big brother to help you out with the tower. Yeah, so they are going to be threatening here. Wall going to be thrown down by Abadaga, trying to pincer them off, and they're going to look for Surdy, but can't really find much. They get the seismic shove, but it's not even into the rocks, so it didn't do much of anything, and Kaney is already taking down that mid lane tower. An objective bounty was claimed by Castle down on the tier 2. They know they can't defend, so they're just going to try to split push. We'll see how much he can get, and if they can threaten anyone to force them back. Surdy does go back now as he is on that inhibitor tower. How much can Castle get, and can they hold on the other side? They're going in for Abadaga, going to be throwing down the stasis, but they're just stacking in on top of him. Hui does a good job peeling out the engage, but Hui's in a lot of trouble. He's trying to get back, can't survive the damage. Castle has already knocked down in the hip. He's just pushing for the Nexus, but I don't think he's really going to be able to make it happen against Surdy. And meanwhile, a Nexus tower has fallen. It's just Scary Jerry, XU, and Abadaga. And look at that damage coming through from Kaney. And I think this is going to be it. The charm lands. The damage is done. Dignitas will take down DSG.
Walker lit up this game, I think.
Yeah, it's a cringe game, of course.
I think I should not have went bot lane. Just stay top.
When did you go bot?
I went to Yorick and then we